on your right, congratulations. Can you talk a little bit about what a labor of love this project was? It sounds like for everybody involved, right?
Absolutely, it was just a complete pleasure to work on this project, particularly through the course of the pandemic. I think Peter's put it best when he said it really was a joy that we had the Beatles in our lives over what was a really difficult period, and it also gave us a chance to spend a bit more time on it, which is always fun.
We didn't have to shoot any footage, so that was helpful. We didn't have to shoot any footage, so we could, the editing could just go on, which was fantastic.
Can you talk a little bit about the footage? I mean, obviously, some of us here in this room haven't gotten to see all of it. Is there a chance for maybe a follow-up?
Well, you never know, but
Peter would say yes.
Peter would say yes. We at Apple would say we'll think about it. But I think what is in, it was 57 hours of footage, and the original intention was to make a 2.5-hour film. But there was so much amazing material that you could never do justice to it, just cutting it to 2.5 hours. So thankfully it sort of started extending, and it became a sort of reality show from 1969. And and it's the Beatles, they're the inmates, so it's just extraordinary.
As much of a joy as I'm sure every day was with the discoveries you made, when it was done, you get to step back and look at this amazing document that you all created that debunks some myths about the Beatles. It kind of really lays down a kind of brand new narrative 50 years later. What did that mean to you to kind of add that to the canon of the Beatles legend and know that that's going to carry forward for as long as people are ever talking about the Beatles?
Well, I can't speak for the Beatles, but I know that Paul and Ringo particularly were so pleased that it showed that, that whole bit of film, it didn't break up the Beatles. In fact, it extended their time together, because it just rolled into Abbey Road. And almost there had to be that 3 weeks of, some difficulties in order to get through to make Abbey Road. And I think they were just pleased that the truth was what you saw on the screen. There was no artifice.
And what was fun about going on this journey with Peter, who I'm sure, we're all Beatles fans to some degree. He's a super fan. He knows everything that you need to know about the Beatles. So to see him take this trip, become close with Paul and Ringo and the families, what was that like to observe?
It was amazing, just because he is such a huge super fan, and I think the documentary is better for that, because he was able to pick up real subtleties in the footage and see the nuances of the story that was there. I'm not sure somebody who wasn't a super fan and didn't have the knowledge that Peter has could have done that. He picked out those moments and really connected them to tell a beautiful story.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.